Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Uh, so today we are going to have a wonderful session on a topic which is called well-formed outcome in neuro-linguistic programming. And those who are attending this session for the first time, or you do not know what neuro-linguistic programming is all about, let me give you some idea about it. Neuro-linguistic programming is all about how you are programming your mind using the language that you are speaking, something that you are doing anyway throughout the day. Whatever age you are right now, you are already doing it for so many years. The point is that you have done it till date unconsciously. You are not even aware of how you are programming your mind. And when you program your mind, you really do not know that how you are programming your mind. And when you don't know how you have programmed your mind, the result is the output which is coming. You are expecting some other output, but you are meeting some other output. You are greeted with some other output. फिर आपको लगता है कि मैंने तो ऐसा सोचा ही नहीं था कि मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हो सकता है ना? So you do a lot of preparation and then things doesn't work out. The reason being that the way you have programmed your brain till date so far, the output that is coming out is from that brain only. Okay, the way you have programmed it. So when you look at a program, normally there are three components. One component is the input, the data that it picks up. The second component is the processing, the, the part of the program which processes that data. And the third component is the output that it gives. So if you do not know what the inputs you are receiving and how you are processing them, you have no control on the output anyway. So neuro-linguistic programming in another definition is the user's manual for your life or user's manual for your brain. How you think, that matters. If you get an idea of how you think, if you can control your thoughts, you can control anything in your life. You can make your life amazing beyond even your own imagination. The things you can do with for the rest of your life with whatever you have access to, it is going to make your life amazing. Okay, so another way to put it is it's a journey from limiting beliefs to infinite excellence in your life. So you are a victim of or a product of all your limiting beliefs that you have created for yourself. So when you learn the art that how you created those limiting beliefs, you start dismantling those limiting beliefs, then put them aside and you start moving ahead towards achieving infinite excellence in your life. So that's what neuro-linguistic program is all about. Okay. Another definition is it's a journey from confusion to clarity in all areas of your life. So whatever you're confused with right now, you learn the art of how to come out of it and move towards clarity in every area of your life. Okay. So naturally, the topic that we are covering today is all about well-formed outcome, and well-formed outcome has the two components. The first component is goal setting, and the second component is goal getting. So many of the times, what happens, we focus our attention only on goal setting, don't even know that how to set goals efficiently such that I can actually get that goal or achieve that goal in my life. And most of the time, it happened because you never learned or you didn't get an opportunity to know the art of goal getting or the science of goal setting, such that you set it in a way that it becomes achievable for you. Okay, so what we were talking about is well-formed outcome. Now, when we are talking about well-formed outcome, there are five components to achieve successful outcome. And naturally, the first component is know your outcome precisely. So you should know the outcome. You have to absolutely you have to have absolute clarity on the outcome that we are looking forward to achieve. So when you're talking about know your outcome precisely, what we talk about is know what you want, why you want it, and make sure your desired outcome is good for the society. It should not be something which can hurt people. Okay, it should be good for you. It should be good for people who matter most to you. It should be good for people who are around you in the best possible sense, in the widest possible sense. Often people are not sure of what they want. The best ways to discover this are to find what is already working well in the area that you want to change and to elicit your values for that context. Okay, I think you got some clarity about this, that know your outcome precisely. So know your outcome is fundamentally all about setting your goal. Have complete clarity that yes, this is what I want to achieve by this date, by this time, with all these resources available with me. Okay, so that's the step one. Know your outcome precisely. Step two is do something about it. So once you are complete, when you have complete clarity that this is what you want to achieve, the next step is to do something about it every day. It's not just कि चलो आज मुझे ख्याल हुआ तो आज करते हैं. No, for example, let me put it this way, that you made a choice that you are going to read 2 books before this year ends. You are absolutely clear that I want to read 2 books before this year ends, and I have 6 weeks with me. Now, when we're talking about this goal, there's a process to set up that goal. However, what is important is that once that process is there in front of you, you should start working on that process. So when you choose these 2 books, you can probably choose the areas on which topic you want to read those books. Okay, they can be a self-help book, it can be a motivational book, it can be a romantic book, it can be an adventure book, whatever it is. So you choose, and naturally the next step is to find out how many pages are there. So for example, you chose 2 books, and both these books have say 150 pages, for example. So now you have total 300 pages to read, and you have 6 weeks. That means you're talking about reading 50 pages per week. And if you and I assume that there are 7 days in a week, and 50 pages means you have to read at least 7 pages a day. So you need to check out that do you have time to read those 7 pages a day. Now, if you don't have time, you need to create time for that because you have made a commitment to yourself. So find out a time. The best time are when you get up in the morning and when you go to bed. So when you get up in the morning, you plan out what to do for the rest of the day. So best thing is to read the book. Read 7 pages and the job is done. आपने टिक मार दिया. आपका टिक मारना जरूरी है. And if you miss that, the second opportunity is before you go to bed. And if you speed at a reasonable speed, if you read at a reasonable speed, it won't take more than 5 to 7 minutes to read 7 pages. So this is what I'm talking about, getting the goal. So when you have this complete clarity that okay, this is what I can do, I can spare 10 minutes a day to read a book. Now I can choose a book or choose 2 books. जिसका कुल मिला के the total number of pages will be 300 to 400. So based on that, I can choose the books now. So now I chose my chapter. I chose my topic, that on what topic I want to read the book, or on what subject, and then I chose the thickness of the book. उसमें इतने pages होने हैं. So that it becomes a reality for me, something which I can achieve in reality. Okay, we will go into that deep. So the second thing is do something about it. Take action to make your outcome happen. Nothing is going to happen unless you do something. The results you get, whatever they are, will provide you with useful additional information to learn from. And when you start reading a book, for example, when you start reading a book, you will notice that it becomes very easy to read the book, and you probably can finish 3 books by the time this year ends. Okay. Next thing is notice what happens. So when you chose your outcome, when you have finalized your outcome, this is what you want to achieve, and you have already started doing about it. The third thing is to notice what happens. Notice the results you get from your actions. Are your actions taking you closer or away from your goal? So if they are not taking you towards your goal, then you can reset, restudy, and recreate the goal. such that you can actually achieve it. Okay, so this is the third part. So notice what happens as you start progressing on achieving your goal, as you start taking these steps. The fourth thing is be flexible. Now, be flexible का मतलब है, if you talk about reading the book, जरूरी नहीं कि मुझे 7 पेज ही हर दिन पढ़ना है. किसी भी दिन if you have extra time, you can read another 7 pages, for example, such that you cover up for those days when you don't find time to read. Or probably you're pretty tired, you are feeling sleepy. You have no choice, but you have made a commitment that at least I will read a book, read a book. So probably you can read only 3 pages. So as you have read already more pages earlier, so those reading those 3 pages will cover up that target. This is what being flexible is all about. If what you have been doing isn't working, do something else. In neuro-linguistic programming, we call it behavioral flexibility. Like you have an outcome to achieve and you calibrate where you are. और बीच में है all those actions that you have to take, you need to take to achieve that. Now, as you proceed, क्या होता है, मान के चलिए there are say 100 steps to reach from wherever you are to reach where you want to reach. Now, out of these 100 steps, it could be possible that some steps are small, some steps are large. Okay. Now, if you are habituated to climb up and climb down in the steps of your apartments, they all have same height. Yeah. But imagine you have to take these steps on a hilly area. Maybe you want to go to some temple or maybe some hill station or maybe some viewpoint where you have no choice but to climb on your own foot or own feet. Okay. तो वहां पे तो इवन स्टेयर केसेस होने का चांसेस बहुत कम है ना. सो देयर विल अनइवन स्टेयर केसेस. मान लेते हैं देयर आर स्टेयर केसेस, आपके लिए वो भी बना के रखा दिया गया है, बट many of the times you will notice that they are not of the same height or maybe they are not of the same length, है ना. Some there are staircases but some of them are long, some of them are short, some of them have a little more height, some of them a little less height, है ना. So but you need to achieve your goal, you need to reach that viewpoint. So what you do, you will take those steps whatever it takes and you apply your behavioral flexibility. Whether those steps have lower height or a higher height, you will still climb up, है ना. अगर हाइट ज्यादा होगा तो आपको थोड़ा सा मेहनत ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा, अगर हाइट कम होगा तो मेहनत कम करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. This is what behavioral flexibility is all about. When you are moving on your direction towards achieve your goal, achieve infinite excellence in your life, yeah, you will be finding different hurdles of different heights. Some of them are easy to overcome, some of them may be a little easy, little difficult, or maybe not so easy. Yeah. So based on that, you have to apply behavioral flexibility. This is what behavioral flexibility is all about in neuro-linguistic programming. And you and I normally apply it, but when you and I apply it with conscious awareness, you and I can take control of it. Okay. So behavioral flexibility. If you don't know what else to do anything else and go on changing your behavior until you find what works. This is what the flexibility part of this well-formed outcome. Okay, so you may not be able to find out immediately what can be done. For example, when you're going through those steps, you might find a step which is 2 feet. Now it's not easy for you to take that 2 feet height with a single step of your feet. So now you're looking for alternate options. So one of the option is probably you can just bypass it from left hand side or right hand side if there is some space. You know? However, there is another way of doing it. And you know how? You just sit on that step. You know? घूम जाओ, turn around, sit on that step, and then put your feet up above. So that is also another way of getting up on those stairs. So this is what being flexible is all about. If what you have been doing isn't working, do something else. And if you don't know what else to do anything else and go on changing your behavior until you find what works. Okay. Always remember this example of staircase. Life is all about getting up on the staircases. Okay, so next thing is the fifth one is work from a psychology and physiology of excellence. Now this is very interesting. This is where NLP plays the key role. Neuro-linguistic programming, जहाँ पे आप अपने दिमाग को प्रोग्राम कर रहे हो. Work from a psychology and physiology of excellence, and we will be covering beliefs of excellence after next 2 weeks. Okay, this week and the next session. From next session onwards, we will cover beliefs of excellence in NLP. And they simply blow your mind. Okay, so mind and body are one system. Psychology and physiology are part of the same system. आप जो सोचते हो उस हिसाब से you take a decision what to do, और आप जो करते हो based on that you think what to do next. That's how we move up or move down the steps. So every step, when we take the action, it is outcome of my thoughts. I told my body that you take the next step. After you take the next step, then your body goes back to the mind and asks you what to do next. And then mind uses all the input devices that it has, the ears, the eyes. You look around and you see, oh no, this step is a little higher. So the mind tells your body कि थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा इसको चढ़ने के लिए, है ना. फिर आप उसको चढ़ गए, अगेन यू कम बैक टू योर माइंड, देखो मैं चढ़ गया, है ना. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू माइंड, व्हाट नेक्स्ट. माइंड सेज कि अगला 4 स्टेप बहुत आसान है, वो तुम ऐसे ही चढ़ सकते हो, यू डोंट नीड एनी असिस्टेंस. So now you proceed toward the next 4 steps. This is a process which is going on a continuous basis. आपको पता नहीं, लेकिन ये सारे internal dialogues आप अपने साथ बातें कर रहे हो सारा दिन. Throughout the day, there is this talkative mind which is constantly talking to you. You need to catch yourself what it is talking to you, how it is taking things around you. Okay, so that is the uh, work from a psychology point or physiology excellence. So mind and body are one system. Your breathing, posture, and general physical state affect your thoughts and emotions. Get yourself into the best possible state, physically, mentally, emotionally. I also add energetically, and then take action. You know, physically, mentally, emotionally, आप तैयार तो हैं, but you still need that energy to take the next step. So you should also be empowered energetically to take the next step. Okay, यहाँ तक clear? So let me revise the 5 principles to achieve successful outcome. First one is know your outcome precisely. You have to have complete clarity about your outcome, what you want to achieve, followed by do something about it every day. So when you figured out that this is the outcome you want to achieve by this and this particular day, you need to work every day a little bit till that day comes. Okay, so that you work, you review how much you have proceed, and then you take the next step. You work, review, proceed, work, review, proceed. Your process chalta chalte chalte chalte, you will reach your destination. Followed by notice what happens, followed by be flexible. Wherever you want to be flexible, and work from a psychology and physiology of excellence. Make sure you are physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically fit to achieve the next step. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me here before we get into the magical part of it. Any questions from anybody? सोना नहीं है, नींद आ सकती है. Yeah, because this is the time of the day when sometimes we feel sleepy. So don't feel that. Yeah, because what we are going to discuss over next few minutes is going to blow your mind out. Yes, action is most important. Very well rightly said, Swati. Okay, so here we go. Know your outcome precisely. So this is what we will be focusing on today. The goal setting part. Okay, so what is important here is that how do you know that whatever you're looking forward to is a goal or a state of mind? Now, if I ask you to write in the chat box some of your goals, something that you want to achieve, say by end of this year, what it would be? can write in the chat box. This is what I want to achieve by this year, before this year ends. Okay, set up a workout routine. Okay, everyone, please participate. This is your life. Set up a learning routine. Okay, learn GST from basics. Okay, very interesting. So we already have decided a date, that is 31st December. So date is a very important part of setting a goal. Okay, so that is something I've already done for you. Okay, so by 31st December, what else you want to do? So Swati is saying set up a workout routine, set up a learning routine, and Parshva is saying learn GST from basics. What others are looking forward to accomplish before the year ends? See, if you're really thinking about it, it's a signal that this year you are living the rest of your life till date. अगर आपको अभी भी सोचना पड़ रहा है, probably you have created some new year resolution, yeah, and you are far away from those resolutions. Yeah, wonderful. Guru Nath is saying maintain balance between work and life. Wow. Yeah, who is left? Kruti is left, and administrator is left. So would you like to share your thoughts? What would you like to achieve by the end of this year? Change in mindset to receive more signal from universe. Okay. Okay. All right. So before Kruti writes or administrator writes, let us proceed. So let me help you to identify the difference between goal and a state. Okay. So as I tell you the distinctions, you will know whatever you are writing, whether it's a goal or it's just a state of a mind. State of a mind means a wishful thinking. काश ऐसा हो जाए तो, ठीक है? So goal is an outcome or a completely tangible thing that you can see, you can perceive. For example, making a specific amount of money. So it has to be absolutely specific. Your Kruti is saying be more active and take more actions, avoid procrastinating. Okay, fine. So now a goal has to have something very, very specific. Okay. While we are talking about a state of mind or a wishful thinking, it is like I just want to be happy. So anything that you want to be is a wishful thinking. You're getting my point? Like I want to set up a workout time, a routine. I want to set up a learning routine. I want to learn GST from basic. I want to maintain balance between work and life. I want to change in mindset to receive more signal from universe. I want to be more active and take more action and avoid procrastinating. Did you see that all these statements that you have written, they all starts with I want to. I want to be happy. I just want to be in a state. It's a wishful thinking. There is no clarity. So if I ask you what do you mean by workout routine, you need to actually work out. You need to put it in writing that workout routine means yes, about 6 baje I will go out and walk for half an hour, then I will do some aerobics for 15 minutes, and then I will do some meditation for 15 minutes. These are all specific things. So when you don't have these specific things, it's all wishful thinking. It's all useless thinking. It's not going to take you anywhere in the rest of your life. आप जहाँ पे वही रहोगी, वहीं घूमते रहोगी. Yeah. So this is a difference in goal and state. Next, a goal or an outcome has some element of time involved because there has to be some action to achieve that goal. अभी हमने यही पढ़ा था ना कि आपको कुछ actions लेना पड़ेगा to achieve that goal. तो action आप कब लेंगे? So you need to have time to take that action so that you can achieve that goal by that time. Okay. Now for you, I have already set that time. मैंने आपके लिए वो time set करके दिया. I said that it has to be achieved or accomplished by 31st of December. Otherwise, whatever you're writing is again not a goal. It's just a state of mind. State of mind is something that you can have right now. वो तो आप अभी भी उस state of mind में जा सकते हो. It's just a wishful thinking. People often make the mistake of assuming or believing that they can achieve a state only when some other criteria is fulfilled. जब ऐसा हो जाएगा तब मैं खुश होंगी. जब ऐसा हो जाएगा then I will be peaceful. So you're waiting for something to have in your life such that you be someone. So the moment you have it, you be that someone and then you forget about it. But now you have something else to have, at least to maintain that being someone. So factually, you can have any feeling that you want right now without doing or achieving something to have it. So feelings ऐसे होते हैं, like more emotions or feelings, which doesn't have a requirement for time. उसमें time का कोई importance है ही नहीं. Okay, so anything which where there is no importance of time, it is a wishful thinking. It is just a state of mind and you can achieve it anytime. And the third thing is very important for a goal. The example that I gave, there has to be steps to achieve it. You have to follow steps. You have to move step by step. A series of actions involved to achieve a goal. However, to achieve a state, there is no need for any steps to take. Okay, so catch yourself. Now, with this new awareness, can you come out with your goals? Like whatever you have written, can you make those things goal? Can you turn those thoughts into goals? Can you do this right away? Actually, read the same sentence that you have written and convert it into a goal. At least दो चीज डालो, एक specific what you really want to achieve and by when. By when is already given to you. It's by the end of this year. So by 31st December 2024, you have achieved this. Okay, 5 kg down. Okay, learn NLP. Okay, wow. How about replacing 5 kg down with exact the weight that you want to achieve? 5 kg down is a weight term. So if you want to achieve a particular weight, write that is specific, that by 31st of December, my weight will be this. Okay, and learning NLP is okay. It is not a goal as such because NLP is a huge subject, but at least it's a good way of looking at things. Okay, at least you will know something about NLP. Okay, others, be very specific. Just take a one goal. बहुत सारा लेने की जरूरत नहीं, एक ही बना लीजिए. Just take one. Write about it. This is all about you. Just notice how you have programmed your mind till date. For example, when you are saying learning GST from basics, what exactly you want to learn about GST? Read the book GST How to Meet Your Obligations. Wow. Now this is a complete goal setting. Yes, I want to read this book by 31st of December. I'm very clear about it. Good. Reading minimum 2 books every month. Now that is not a goal as such. It's like you say reading not even minimum. Say I'll read 2 books by the end of this year. Yeah, regular exercise every day at 5:30 is a perfect goal. Is a perfect example of a goal. There you are very clear about it that you are actually doing exercise every day at 5:30 p.m. उसमें कुछ achievement होना चाहिए. This is a good one to get started. Yeah. And reading minimum 2 books every month, that is not a goal. I'll read 2 books by the end of this year. Okay, I'll start reading them from tonight itself, or today itself. And okay, so Swati is writing by 31st, I will 75 kg, make notes on 4 chapters of GRE, make my son read 4 novels, make my daughter read 40 stories. Wow, so many goals. Now you are getting a hang of it. Goal setting kisko bolte hain? Absolutely, you are getting a hang of it now. Okay, fantastic. Now let's proceed further. Okay, so this question, next thing is that is the outcome stated as towards or away from? है So when you are saying 5 kg down, it's an away from outcome. But the moment you replace it with I will be 75 kg, that's a towards out. Whenever you are saying that I will be reading minimum 2 books every month, that's an away from outcome. होगा ना होगा पता नहीं. हर मंथ मतलब you are making a commitment for the rest of your life. ऐसा तो नहीं है ना. So what you can do, can replace it that I will read 2 books before by the end of this year. And you have to be very specific about those books, what kind of books you are going to read, how many pages it will have, है ना. धीरे धीरे आप इसको eventually करेंगे so that you can actually make that goal achievable. Getting that goal becomes easier. Okay, so let's proceed. So is the outcome is away from or towards? If the outcome states away from, that converts it, then convert it to towards, rather than specifying what you don't want, specify what you want. Like many of the times we get into this dilemma, we create this dilemma for our brain, for our subconscious. We say that I don't want this. Can you ever achieve anything, something that you don't want? Say I don't want to talk, for example. उसके लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? If you don't want to talk, what do you need to do? You still need to do something, right? Some action. Otherwise, you're confusing your mind that I don't want to talk. So what you are telling your mind actually? Because mind is always busy to take some action. So it doesn't know what to do now. So the mind is confused.
See,
And it
I
is
try
looking for
this when I don't want to talk to somebody. Maybe I try to look at the stairs or on the floor, or maybe I look out of the window, or maybe I try some other ways.
yeah. So what essentially you will do is you will maintain silence.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you say I don't want to talk, actually you're telling yourself I want to remain silent. So that is possible. So when you can make things possible, whatever you want, whatever you don't want, you cannot make it possible. कभी possible है ही नहीं. Think about it. I don't want to drink a glass of water. Now what is possible? So don't want to never works. You can say I want to avoid drinking water now. Yeah, or you can make it even more very clear that I let that water be there. I'll drink it later. So that way you are giving the correct signal to the brain. I'll drink it later. So when you say I don't want to drink, वो आपके आसपास होगा ना, वो आपको डिस्टर्ब करता रहेगा. It will keep on doing tick 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 tick. पी लूं पी लूं पी लूं पी लूं. Or when you're giving the instruction, I'll drink it later, I'll drink after 1 hour, your subconscious mind gets the message. So you can achieve only those things which you want to achieve. You do not want to achieve anything, don't talk about it. Don't say I don't want this. I don't want to see you around me. क्या कर लोगे आप if that person keeps on coming around? So notice. So whatever you want to achieve, we have complete clarity on this. I don't want to achieve this. ये possible नहीं है. Only thing is possible that whatever you want to achieve. So if you don't want to get onto the staircase, instead of saying I don't want to climb up, you can say I just want to stay here. So that will make more sense to the subconscious. That is because exactly that is the signal you're giving to your subconscious that I want to stay here. I don't want to go up. I don't want to climb the ladders or staircase. So make sure that whatever your the outcome that you are stating, whether it's a towards or away from. The third thing comes the most interesting part. This is called the SMART criteria of setting up a goal. SMART. It's quite very popular. If you search for SMART in Google, it will give you all the words which are starting with SMART. Okay, it's not about what is there in the Google, it's all about how you are getting it, what you are getting, are you actually acting upon it or not. That's most important. Knowing is not important. What is important is, are you acting upon that knowledge or not? When you act upon that knowledge, it becomes yours. Okay, so here we go. First S is all about specific and simple. So it has to be specific and it has to be simple. So when you are setting up a goal, it has to be specific and it has to be simple. आसानी से समझ में आ जाना चाहिए आप क्या अचीव करना चाहते हो. Okay, so specific and simple, such that when you share it with a 6-year young child, उसको भी समझ में आ जाएगा आप क्या बात कर रहे हो. Okay, then comes measurable. M stands for measurable, so that you can actually measure it. Like as you say, I want to read books, I want to read a few books, then that is not a goal. But the moment you said I want to read a few books by the year end, आपने थोड़ा सा गोल की तरफ progress किया. However, when you're very clear that I want to read at least 2 books this year, you are making it specific and you are making it measurable. Yeah, I want to read books and I am very clear that I want to read 2 books. तो स्पेसिफिक हो गया, मेजरेबल हो गया. स्पेसिफिक में भी आप इसको और भी स्पेसिफाई कर सकते हो, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ बुक्स यू वांट टू रीड, है ना. जैसे स्वाति ने बोला, आई वांट टू रिड्यूस माय वेट बाय 5 kg, सो इट्स देयर इज नो क्लैरिटी ओवर देयर. हाउ थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी ये है कि बाय द ईयर एंड, सो बाय नेक्स्ट 6 weeks, so 5 kg in 6 weeks. Instead of that, when you're saying I want to achieve 75 kg in next 6 weeks, we are making it more specific and measurable. Okay, clear? Then comes time bound. So time bound portion already I have fixed it for you. उसमें मैंने आपको कोई मौका ही नहीं दिया, है ना. So but when you are setting up your goals, you have to make sure that it is time bound. Think about your children. Think about the exams that you appeared for. Just a second. So think about the exams that you have appeared for. अगर उन एग्जाम्स के डेट्स नहीं होते, like all of you are a chartered accountant today, अगर उन एग्जाम्स का डेट नहीं होता, मान के चलिए आपके पास एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दे देगी कि आप जब मर्जी एग्जाम दो, there are no dates, what would you have done? जब मर्जी आप क्लास 10 का बोर्ड्स का एग्जाम दो, जब मर्जी आप क्लास 12 का बोर्ड्स का एग्जाम दो, इट्स ऑल योर चॉइस. क्या होता? Did you notice when those board exams come, everybody becomes serious? The child has all the time to study. The parents have all the time to provide all the support to the child. That's why there has to be a date. So if there is no time stamp, possibility are very low, extremely low, that you are going to achieve that. So that's why it has to be time bound. उसके बाद आता है A and R. I will talk about the R first. Then I'll talk about A. So R is all about relevant. So there has to be some relevancy with the goal that you are achieving. आप ये goal क्यों achieve करना चाहते हैं? You have to have complete clarity on that. So even if you want to read 2 books by the end of this year, you have to have complete clarity on that. इसको करने से क्या होगा? If you read 2 books, what will happen? So usko हमें clarify करने के लिए we are figuring out what kind of books I am going to read, or what are those two books which I am going to read, and if I read this book, this is what I am going to get in return. This is the relevance it has. Like as Pasha was saying, that I would like to read the book GST, How to Meet Your Obligations. So he's absolutely clear that if I read this book, I will become aware of, at least an aware of, if not an expert, I will become aware of how to meet my obligations, or how to meet my clients' obligations which are connected with GST. So you have some relevance to it. So when we talk about relevance, the most important question that you are supposed to ask yourself is, how is this outcome meaningful to me? What purpose it is going to fulfill if I achieve this outcome? How does it impact all areas of my life, or maybe some areas of my life? How it's going to impact if I achieve this outcome? How it's going to impact my career? How it's going to impact my profession? And is it a responsible one? If I really achieve this outcome, will it really do some good, not only for me, but for people who matter most to me? So these are the questions that you can ask when you're looking at the relevance of setting up that goal. इसीलिए इसको ना एनएलपी में बोला जाता है वेल फॉर्म्ड आउटकम. It's not about just setting a random goal. You have to have complete clarity. Like there's a readers club where I'm a part of it. Some of you are also a part of that readers club, where we are reading a book, Out of Your Comfort Zone, by Dr. Emma Martley. Every Sunday we are reading it at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. And there's a purpose behind it, that whatever we are reading, we are applying it throughout the week. I don't know how many of you are applying it, but at least I'm applying it. And those who are associated with me closely, they can see it, that yes, I'm applying. Did you notice I just applied it while I put up that poll today? I just asked that see, many people, they contacted me personally through DM or through calls, that 4 o'clock is a time when I find it very difficult to attend the session. I'm in my work or I'm in something else. So can you do it in the evening? I said, yes, I can do it in the evening. So many of them, I just asked them what time in the evening. And they said, if you do it after 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, it's best. So I put up in the poll. And only one person responded at 7:30. And when I looked at the message, I found that all those people who requested for that evening thing, they've read the message. In WhatsApp, you can see, right, who are reading your message. So I read the message. I discovered all those 7 people, they have read the messages that I posted, but they didn't participate in the poll because they don't want to come out of their comfort zone. And what I did, I created an uncomfortable zone for me. I didn't want to take the session with one person at 4 o'clock. I don't even know who is going to attend the session. So I want to know that who all are actually interested to do the session. किसके लिए इसका importance है? So I created an uncomfortable zone for me. So I gave 3 times. Every Thursday, one of these 3 times I am going to deliver the remaining 6 sessions. कितना बड़ा uncomfortable situation मैंने अपने लिए create किया, सोच. I have other things to do through the rest of the day. Even I have things lined up at 7:30. But had all the 7-8 people have polled for that 7:30 p.m. session, I would have preponed it. Because I have another session at 9:15, which is it's a paid workshop which I am doing. It's all about NLP in action. So we just actually experience how NLP works, how you can make it work for you. So I applied my behavioral flexibility कि अगर वही 8 लोगों ने अगर बोल दिया कि 7:30 PM हम इसको अटेंड करेंगे, so I have to apply my own behavioral flexibility to arrange other things in such a way so that I can take the session at 7:30 because I made a promise. This is what I'm talking about, applying the learning, doing the book. It's not just reading the book. Okay, Pastor, that's okay. So this is the relevancy part of your goal setting. And next comes the most important part of the goal setting, which is called attainable or achievable part. The A part, SMART का जो A part है ना, A part is very very crucial. Are you in a position to achieve that goal or not? So when we talk about achievability, there are two factors. The first factor is my capability. Can I do it? Or how can I do it? That's the capability part. So if I discover that on a scale of 0 to 10, I could see that my capability is 7, then I need to figure out how I can make it 10. Because if I can't make it 10, then there is only 70% possibility I will achieve that goal. So if it remains short of 30%, then I cannot achieve that goal. उसके पास जाके भी मैं वापस आ जाऊँ. So the capability part is you have to have complete clarity on how can I achieve this goal. So you have to make sure that the score must be 10 out of 10. It should not be anything less than 10, because whatever short of that 10 will not allow you to achieve that goal. Okay, so the first part is the can part, which is your capabilities. And the second part is the will part, that whether I will be able to achieve it or not. Now, will is something which is not in your hand. Can is all in your hand. Capabilities are in your hand. Willability का भी जो willingness है, that is only in your hand. Rest of it is not in your hand. It all depends on many other external factors. There are many educational external factors which will not allow you to achieve that goal. So here comes calibration and recalibration. That what are those factors which can come in my way, which will not allow me to achieve my goals, though I can achieve it. I have all the capabilities, I have all the preparation. For example, you prepared for an exam. आपने पूरा preparation लेके गए according to the syllabus. So you are prepared to score 100 out of 100. लेकिन एक question है which was not from the syllabus. So what will you do? There's a printing mistake in the question paper. What will you do? All of a sudden, your hand starts paining while you're writing the exam. What will you do? There may be some other kind of disturbances in the examination hall. What will you do? So the will part is all about identifying all those things which are not allowing you to fulfill your goal or achieve your goal. और उसको भी आपको on a scale of 0 to 10 पे लेके जाना है. You have to all your backup plans ready. Plan B, Plan C सब तैयार होना चाहिए, नहीं तो चंद्रयान 2 हो जाएगा. और लास्ट मोमेंट में जाके थोड़ा सा इधर उधर होगा and it will crash land on the moon. You cannot afford to have even 0.0001% of inaccuracy to achieve that goal. You can't afford to have it. So they got Chandrayaan 3. Imagine Sunita Williams. She went to the International Space Station only for 15 days and she got stuck. Because the spacecraft which took her there, that generated some challenges. So if she had boarded the same flight to return to Earth, it would have been blasted. जैसे कल्पना चावला के साथ हुआ था. That entire shuttle blasted as it re-entered the Earth atmosphere. They can't take that risk anymore. So there was a plan B. This plan B came from Elon Musk, SpaceX. So there was a SpaceX flight. So they made sure whatever mistakes was there in the flight which took them out, took them to the ISS, those are to be rectified before we set this flight up, because वहां पे resource limited है. They were supposed to be there for 15 days and they had to be there for almost 90 days. So to survive, they have to use resources, right? And what they had to do, use resources from others. So जो दूसरों के लिए था वहां से उनको resource लेना पड़ा, because they have to survive. So you cannot make a second mistake. So eventually this SpaceX rocket, it went up, shuttle, it went up there, it docked itself with ISS and it brought them back. आपका गोल में इतना willingness, इतना availability होना चाहिए. Only then you can, there's a possibility you will achieve that goal. Otherwise वो जरा सी मिस्टेक के लिए आपका गोल बर्बाद हो जाएगा, और जरा सा अनप्रिपेयर्डनेस के लिए. And start taking it seriously now onwards. आपका लाइफ है. It's your life and your lifetime. So the achievability of the goal is that important. Yeah. So that is the SMART part of goal setting. Does that fulfill the SMART criteria? Then comes, what is the evidence criteria of this outcome? I'll share all those things. Don't worry. Listen to me carefully right now. What is the evidence criteria of this outcome? So when we're talking about evidence criteria, it's all about what do you see or what will you see when you achieve this. मान के चलिए, let us take that example where you have to climb the steps to reach a viewpoint. ठीक है? तो व्यू पॉइंट में जाने के लिए आपको कुछ स्टेप्स लेने पड़ेंगे. देयर आर 100 स्टेप्स फॉर एग्जांपल. So the question, first question is, what will you see when you have achieved this? So the first thing that you will see that you have reached there, and you can actually see the view around you. So this will happen. Second question, what will you hear when you have achieved this? What will you hear? Probably you tell yourself, पहुंच गए. Or you might just shout, or you might express yourself fully. Wow, I have reached. अरे यार देखो कितना सुंदर लग रहा है that Himalayan range. Oh my God. अगर मैं ये मेहनत नहीं करती या करता तो यहाँ तक पहुंचता ही नहीं, और ये मैं दिख भी नहीं सकता. Oh my God. This Himalayan range is so close. So beautiful. Thank you God. आपने मुझे उतना हिम्मत दिया यहाँ तक पहुंचने का. So this is what you are going to hear. Ask yourself what you will feel when you have achieved this. कैसा फीलिंग होगा आपको? Actually ask yourselves. Start feeling that feeling. Once I achieve this, what will you actually look at the goals that you're talking about? Like, see, imagine when you reach 75 kg, क्या होगा? You just check your weight and discover, oh my God, it's 74.9. I've done that. Think about the feelings. You have chosen to read 2 books before the end of this year. Imagine you have read 2 books. कैसा feeling होगा? You'll start noticing that you are no more a resolution game. कि हर साल मैं एक resolution लेती हूँ, New Year resolution बनाती हूँ. You are not that game anymore. You are a reality. मैं सिर्फ बनाती नहीं, मैं करती भी हूँ. Okay, so what will you feel when you achieve this? Naturally, the next question comes, what will you do when you achieve this? आप क्या करोगे? Actually start visualizing. Actually, what will you do once you achieve that goal? And the last question is the most important one. What will you tell yourself when you achieve that goal? आप अपने आप को क्या बोलोगे? The conversation which is going in your head right now, did you notice that you're talking to yourself? There's a conversation, there's a voice which is going inside your head, it is talking to you. What this voice will tell you once you achieve that goal? You have to have that reality appearing in front of you right now before it actually appears. Only that will encourage, motivate, and inspire you to move ahead towards that. अदरवाइज वो सारा लिमिटिंग बिलीफ तो है ही जो आज तक अभी तक आपको उस गोल की तरफ चलने ही नहीं दिया। जब भी आपने कोशिश किया, दो चार बार आपने कोशिश की, एंड देन दोस लिमिटिंग बिलीफ दे केम एंड टोल्ड यू इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर यू, कांट डू इट। समटाइम्स दे इवन टेल यू कुडंट अचीव इट इन द पास्ट। तब तो तुम्हारा उम्र भी कम था, वेट भी कम था, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज भी कम थी। अभी तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। नाउ यू हैव मोर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, योर चिल्ड्रन आर ग्रोइंग अप, योर पेरेंट्स आर गेटिंग ओल्ड, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर यू। अब तो तुम कोशिश भी करने लायक नहीं हो। दैट्स व्हाट ऑल योर लिमिटिंग बिलीफ्स आर टेलिंग यू। एंड इमेजिन वंस यू अचीव दैट गोल क्या होगा। सो दैट इज द पावर ऑफ वेल फॉर्म्ड आउटकम। ओके, इंटरेस्टिंग, अच्छा लग रहा है? Is it doable, by the way? Whatever I have shared with you so far, is it doable? Do you think you can do these things?
Yes.
Good. बाकी लोग अभी भी सोच रहे हैं। सी व्हेन यू आर थिंकिंग ना, आपका वो लिमिटिंग बिलीफ आपको इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है। वो बोला है या सोच समझ के बताना, आज तक तू नहीं कर पाई, है ना, सोच समझ के बताना, सोच समझ के यस करना, है ना। ओके, लेट्स प्रोसीड फर्दर। So this is number 5. So what we covered in know your outcome is, सबसे पहले what we did is that to identify whether it's a goal or it's a wishful thinking, followed by is the outcome towards or away from, followed by the smart criteria of achieving the outcome, followed by what is the evidence criteria for this outcome. So once that outcome is fulfilled, how do you know that that the outcome is fulfilled? You know, that's the evidence criteria that we talked about, these 5 things. I mean, these 5 questions are the most crucial questions of life. One is what will you see when you have achieved this, followed by what you will hear when you have achieved this, followed by what you will feel or how you will feel when you have achieved this, followed by what will you do when you have achieved this, and obviously what will you tell yourself when you have achieved this. Imagine that moment when you become a chartered accountant, जिस दिन आपका वो result निकला. Actually, I'm asking you, actually, I'm suggesting you, ask yourself, what did you tell yourself at the moment you discovered, the moment you got to know that you have become a qualified chartered accountant, you have qualified as a chartered accountant? उस मोमेंट सोच, उस मोमेंट में आपने अपने साथ क्या बातें की थी? Yeah, that is what you need to recreate and recreate and recreate to achieve bigger goals on the journey towards infinite excellence. Let's proceed further. Now comes the fifth one. And the fifth one is, where are you now with respect to the outcome that you want to achieve? कैलिब्रेशन की हम बात कर रहे हैं। टू आइडेंटिफाई वेयर आई एम राइट, अभी मैं कहाँ पे हूँ। है ना? तो 100 स्टेप्स, अभी मैं कहाँ पे, 0 पे हूँ या 10 पे हूँ? So when you're at 0, you ask somebody, they said you have to climb 100 steps. So now you can see you have to climb 100 steps. मान के चले आपने 20 स्टेप ऑलरेडी चढ़ लिए, तब तक कोई मिला नहीं था. अब you find somebody who is coming down, and then you ask that person कि यार कितने स्टेप्स है? उसने बोला 100 स्टेप है. And then you look back, discover you already covered 20 steps. Now you need to cover only remaining 80. So you need to identify where you are right now. That's extremely important. बंदे ने बोला, आर यू कैरिंग अ वाटर बॉटल? यू सेड नो, आई एम नॉट कैरिंग. अरे फिर तो चढ़ने में आपको बहुत तकलीफ होगी, बीच में कहीं पे कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, पूरा ऊपर जाने के बाद ही आपको पानी मिलेगा. सो यू स्टिल हैव अ चॉइस टू कम बैक 20 स्टेप्स, टेक अ वाटर बॉटल, देन स्टार्ट द राइड अगेन, rise again. This is what is all about calibration. Where are you now with respect to the outcome that you want? बहुत जरूरी है कि अभी मैं कहाँ पे हूँ. It's like if you want to achieve 75 kilos, find out where you are now. आज कहाँ पे हो सकता है it is showing 79, तो you need to reduce only 4 kilo. It is not 5 kilos. है ना? हो सकता है. हो सकता है you are already reading a book, so you say अरे आधा किताब तो मैं पढ़ ही चुकी हूँ, मुझे और बाकी आधा पढ़ना है और एक और नया किताब लेना है. Yeah. So that's what I did where you are right now. This is step 5. Coming to step 6, can this be initiated by self and maintained by self? क्या मैं खुद इसको स्टार्ट कर सकता हूँ और खुद इसको मैनेज कर सकता हूँ, मेंटेन कर सकता हूँ? एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. Do you need any external factor, external support to maintain it, continue it? You have to have complete clarity on that. Can I do it alone and continue doing it? Like, can I get started alone and continue doing it? Or I need any external support? If you need any external support, you make sure that support is around you. For example, if you want to read a book 10 minutes every day and you are finding it difficult or finding it not so easy to take out the 10-minute time because of your family commitments, you can tell your family members, I need 10 minutes for myself because I have started reading this book. And during those 10 minutes, I do not want any disturbance. Can you please help me in achieving that? Okay, so this is about identifying, can you do it alone or you need some additional support to achieve it. For example, climbing the steps, can you do it alone or you need somebody to hold your hand, or probably you need a stick to ensure that your knees can support you comfortably as you rise up. So you have to have complete clarity on that. Can you rise up without a water bottle? The answer is no, get that water bottle. So this is what is all about, identifying what you need if you are unable to achieve it on your own. Okay, do you need support from anybody? इसलिए जो माउंट एवरेस्ट में चढ़ते हैं उनके साथ कोई ना कोई चढ़ता है, इनको हम बोलते हैं शेरपास. So if the Sherpas are not around with you, it's unable, it's very difficult. I don't know anybody who has actually uh, climbed Mount Everest without the support from any Sherpas. Possibly nahi hai. You need people to support you. Okay, so so can this be initiated myself and maintained by self? Next question is, it sounds very simple. लगता है कि ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, बट ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. बात ये है कि is there a context in which you would rather not to want to achieve this outcome? क्या ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन हो सकता है आगे जाके when you choose that छोड़ो यार इसको करने की जरूरत. Now let me put it in this way. For example, you are putting all your effort to reduce your weight, and you notice that चलो 76 तक तो मैं पहुंच चुकी हूँ, 75 तक मैं नहीं पहुंच पा रहा हूँ. आई एम पुटिंग लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट. So is there any possibility that you might quit that? Okay, I want to change this goal. This goal is not working for me. Okay, 75 is difficult, but 76 is okay for me. So you have to have complete clarity on that. If you need to manipulate it, manipulate it. But make sure the goal should be achievable. You know, SMART उसमें सबसे important है A, और A में सबसे important है W, will. Can I achieve it? Will I achieve it? हो सकता है you are capable enough to achieve it, but some factors may not allow you to achieve it, some external factors. See, you need to work out, and you said that, oh my God, now it's winter. I can't get up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and do the workout. People in Delhi, they are facing severe uh, climatic challenges right now. It's not because of the temperature, but because of the pollution. So it is being advised, don't get up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and go for a walk. I can't do that right now. So I am going out for a walk after 7:30 now, nowadays. So I have to change my schedule for that. But the commitment is that I will go and walk. आधा घंटा, एक घंटा, पौना घंटा तो मैं चलूंगा ही चलूंगा. I will definitely walk. I will listen to all these YouTube videos. मेरा खुद का वीडियो सुनता हूँ, दूसरों का वीडियो सुनता हूँ. वो तो मेरे को करने, I need that 1 hour me time for myself, period. So I am applying behavioral flexibility to ensure that what I would be doing otherwise from 5:30 to 7:30. So I preponed some activities which I was supposed to do at 7:30. I preponed them to 5:30 because they are also equally important for me. Here comes the will factor. What could be the possibility that you stop doing this goal, or stop moving towards this goal? What is the possibility? क्या क्या हो सकता है? At any given point of time, you choose to quit. So this is, you need to have complete clarity. इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है, but you have to have a complete clarity on this. All right. Then comes the eighth part. So we are only 2 steps away, and the eighth step is consequence or ecology check. Now, when we talk about ecology check, hold on, let me share something with you. Hmm. This is very interesting. I must share this slide with you so that you find it more interesting. Yeah. So here we go. Can you see the slide? Can you see this picture on the screen? All of you? So this is what is called ecology check. So this I have picked up from the manual of the NLP practitioner course of Dr. Menosh Naderia and Pawan Bhattar. उन्हीं से मैंने ये सीखा था, और ये स्लाइड उन्हीं से मैंने लिया है. So the first quadrant talks about what will start happening when I achieve the goal, or when you achieve this goal. Notice this carefully. When you achieve this goal, what will start happening? So you have to have complete clarity on this. That when you achieve this goal, what will start happening? You just at least write down 2 to 3 points that this will start happening once I start achieve this goal. So for example, like if you achieve that 75 kg weight, what can start happening? You might feel lighter, your confidence level might go up. You can work on reducing your weight further by another 2 kilos. Okay, you can be an example for others. You can encourage others. You can motivate others. You can inspire others how to reduce weight. Probably you will be having a beautiful gut system. You can have more control on the food that you're eating. Because now you have reduced the weight, you do not want to gain it again. Similarly, when I'm talking about reading the books, once you read these two books, what's going to happen? Probably you will discover that, oh my God, for last 10 years, I didn't find time to read a book, and now I could read two books. So at least I could read one book every month, following the same process. So, and now you can create dedicate time for yourself. You may encourage others in the family to read a book. If you find the book very, very encouraging, inspiring, and motivating for yourself, you can start applying some learnings from that book. And from those learnings, you learn further, you create more nuggets of wisdom, and you start sharing with others also. Probably you can become you can start a book reading club with some of your friends. Yeah, so that's when the goal is achieved, what will start happening. On quadrant 2 is if the goal is not achieved. Notice on the right hand side, it is when the goal is achieved. On the left hand side, it is if. It's not the when thing. Okay. If the goal is not achieved, what will start happening? First thing which might start happening is you start feeling or you start getting frustrated. कि अभी तो पिनाकी का सेशन अटेंड कर लिया तब भी मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है. So this will start happening. You will feel frustrated. You may be anxious and you could become a victim of anxiety. यार इतना जैसे मेरा वेट अभी कंट्रोल में नहीं आ रहा था, पता नहीं आगे जाके क्या क्या चैलेंजेस आ जाएगा, हेल्थ चैलेंजेस आ जाएगा. When you are talking about reading a book, हो सकता है कि यार ये सेशन अटेंड करने के बाद भी I couldn't read two books. What the stupid I am. मेरे से इतना ही नहीं हो रहा. Okay, so these are the things might start happening if you don't achieve the goal. So then comes the third quadrant. If you don't achieve the goal, what will stop happening? क्या होना बंद हो जाएगा if you don't achieve the goal? The first thing that can happen when you don't achieve the goal, if you don't achieve the goal, is you may not try again. You will say मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, अभी तक नहीं हुआ और अभी कोशिश करने का कोई फायदा ही नहीं है. Even after attending this session on well-formed outcome, if I am still unable to achieve that outcome, there is no point doing it anymore. मेरे से नहीं होगा. अब ये जो बिलीफ था, ये बिलीफ और भी reinforced हो गया. And as a result, you will stop trying again. You will stop making an attempt again. You will stop creating another outcome, another well-formed outcome for yourself. Probably you will stop using the art and science of designing well-formed outcomes for the rest of your life. So always, all these things will stop happening. You will not make any attempt. And then comes the fourth one, which is when this goal is happened, goal is achieved, what will stop happening? So when this goal is achieved, what will stop happening? First thing that will stop happening is that you will never feel low in confidence. Confidence तो कोई आपसे आके सीख ले, how to build confidence. कोई आपसे आके सीख ले कि कैसे एक प्रॉमिस करके, कमिटमेंट करके उस पर अमल किया जा सकता है. So what will stop happening? You don't need to rewrite this goal again. You don't need to reduce your weight by 5 kilos again. You don't need to achieve 75 kilos again. You don't need to read the same two books again because you have already read those two books. These are called secondary gains. So in the first quadrant, these are all primary gains. And in the fourth quadrant, it's the secondary gains. और क्या क्या हो सकता है या और क्या क्या बंद हो जाएगा. So probably आप जो टाइम नेटफ्लिक्स में देते थे, हो सकता है वो बंद हो जाए. So now you have more time. The time that you would have used to read WhatsApp messages, you can use that time to read books. What I do, something like that I do. I'm in many WhatsApp groups, but I don't read those messages. एक बार आप कोई WhatsApp ग्रुप में हो, वहां पे जिस तरीके का मैसेजेस पोस्ट होता है ना, उससे आपको वाइब मिल जाता है कि यहाँ पे ऐसे ही लोग बैठे हुए हैं. इनका इसी तरीके का काम है, यही इनका फोकस है. If you are aligned, if your focus, your attention, your interest is aligned with the focus of the conversation which is happening in this group, you'll invest your time there. If it is not, just stay away. It doesn't make any sense. So probably that will stop happening. You may not participate in some of the WhatsApp groups because they are irrelevant for you now. You may even quit those WhatsApp groups, है ना? ये सब possible है. So that's all about the ecology check. And then the last thing, and this last thing is the resources that you need to achieve your goals. Do you have the resources that you need to achieve your goals? आपको अपना गोल अचीव करने के लिए जो जो रिसोर्स चाहिए, do you have those? Do you have access to that? If your answer is yes, fantastic. If your answer is no, make sure you have access to those resources. Okay? यहाँ पे कोई दुविधा नहीं रहना चाहिए. You have to have complete clarity, because if you do not have the resources that you need to achieve that outcome, that will factor will not reach 10. And because of that one small thing, you may not be able to achieve your outcome. एक छोटी सी सॉफ्टवेयर में छोटी सी गलती and it crash landed Chandrayaan, है ना? So what resources do you have now and what resources do you need to achieve this outcome? सिंपल क्या मेरे पास है और इसके लिए मेरे को क्या चाहिए. जो भी चाहिए उसमें से क्या क्या मेरे पास है, जो जो नहीं है उसको मैं कब तक अरेंज कर सकता हूँ. और एट ऑल आई कैन अरेंज देम. इफ आई कैन अरेंज देम, then only this outcome is going to work for me. Otherwise I have to change this outcome. Okay, for example, you choose the books and now you are living in a place jahan pe you cannot buy that book physically. So what is the option you have? You have internet. Now imagine you are in a position that the internet bandwidth is very slow, so you can't even download a PDF file of the book. However, you still need to read two books. What you can do? So to read the two books, you need to have those two books, the particular those two books that you want. So these are the kind of challenges that you might face. So you need to figure out how you can come across those challenges. मैं सेशन लेने के लिए तैयार हूँ और सिर्फ I found only one person is there in the session. Now what I will do? Should I deliver the session or should I not? I need resources, like there are 262 people in that group and not even 26 people, not even 10% people responded. So I have my own well-formed outcomes. मेरी तैयारी है पूरी. मैं 4 बजे लूँ, 6:30 बजे लूँ, 7:30 बजे लूँ. I am ready. So the resources that I need is whoever I'm going to deliver the training, are they there? So you know what answer I gave to myself. For a long time there was nobody. Then there was somebody, and uh, he said that he can attend it at 7:30. Then I thought about, chalo, koi nahi aega to 7:30 ko मैं session होगा. Then Kruti was there. I said, now I'm in a dilemma. 4 o'clock or 7:30. So I thought about, okay, I'll just tell Kruti that let us do it at 7:30. Because then at least we can have two people. By the time I could think about it, somebody else was there. I got another quote over there. I think probably that person is administrator. I wonder, probably, who is not disclosing himself or herself. So maybe that person is the administrator. However, I have to have complete clarity on this, that what are the resources I need to deliver the session. So what are the resources I need? I need to have that knowledge. I need to have my presentation in front of me. I need to have my laptop in fully charged condition, fully working condition. I need to have my internet fully working condition. I need to have the Zoom app and the Zoom network in fully working condition. I have to ensure that the bandwidth is perfectly good so that I can take a video session and as I talk, people can listen to me. I have to ensure that I have everything around me such that I can take the session. There should be a light in front of me so that my face is visible to you. The resource, I need the specs also because I can't read without the specs. I need the specs. I need to ensure that my throat is in perfect condition so that I can deliver the session. Sometimes I'm getting some trouble. So I've kept a water bottle around me, near me. I'm drinking from that water bottle. Okay. So you need to figure out what the resources you need and what the resources you have. And that's how we come to the end of this session. How to design and define your goals. How to set your goals. So whatever you have done so far for setting your goals, probably it was limited to SMART. But other than SMART, there are another 8 things that you need to focus on. Only then there's a possibility that when you are writing your goals, when you're creating your goals, when you're designing and defining your goals, you're absolutely sure that you're going to achieve it. You're leaving no stone unturned to let that not achieve. Okay. So with this, I come to the end of this session and it's open to all of you. You can ask questions. Or at least you can share your insights. What do you like about the session? What you are taking back for yourself, for all the attention that you paid to this session, for all the time that you invested in this session for last 90 minutes, what you are taking back with yourself. You could have listened to this recording only, but you attended it live. You made a commitment to yourself that I will attend it live. So what are you taking back? Yeah, who would like to start?
Pinaki ji, each and every session of yours is really interesting. And as I said earlier also, it helps me take one step forward. Even if I, go back a little bit, you are like a charger. It keeps us going on. And I recommend, I think Swati is already there in that action group. But all those who are not there, please do join in. Uh, I mean, it'll be a life-changing experience for you all. Please do join in. It's just something different. It'll take you to a next level. Next level is too lesser a word, but it'll definitely change your life. So it's just amazing. Though I'm not able to attend regularly, I listen to the recordings and it really helps a lot. And yeah, today's this part, goal setting, it always happens here. Earlier also I said I get a bit confused between dreams and goals. And goals is like little steps that you take towards achieving that. So I'll again listen to this recording and try to specify my goals more clearly. That'll help me, definitely help me. Thank you for that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Kruti, for sharing.
Okay.
Swati Singh 100 for NLP in action. Only 2 days, and what strong change I can feel. Yeah, yes, Swati. The best thing is that you got an opportunity to stay in this program for next 6 months.
Yes, yeah, you have mentioned that, and that makes too better.
So that's the biggest gift that you are getting. Whoever is enrolling now, they're actually not getting an opportunity for 2 months, but actually getting a hand-holding opportunity for 6 months. And every time I will be taking these sessions, they will be naturally a better version of whatever it was in the batch one. So wonderful decision. Like I'm proud that you have taken that decision and it's producing the results for you. So what's your takeaway from this session about well-formed outcomes, Swati?
Okay, so today the main thing is action. Whatever goal you set in mind, the main thing is you have to take little actions daily towards it. Like if you can invest 10 minutes of your time for reading book, invest that time. If like weight reduction is my goal, So how much time I get? I just plan कि 10 मिनट तो exercise करना ही है daily. That is it. Action daily लेना है, consistently लेना है. तभी
Okay,
वो
and about
small
the
small सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ के ऊपर you achieve that goal. सोचेंगे कि एक बार में बड़ा करेंगे तो वो possible नहीं होता है.
and about the goal setting methods that we discussed.
हाँ, ये तो लाइव ही मैंने देखा कि पहले मैंने कुछ और लिखा, फिर मैंने कुछ और रिफ्रेम किया, एंड देन दैट 75 किलो केम डाउन. तो वो बहुत प्रिसाइज था. तो आई हैव अ फीलिंग कि हाँ, एक वो टारगेट सेट हो गया ना कि अब 5 किलो नहीं हो, वो 75 में पहुंचना है मुझे.
Do you have your old clothes in the wardrobe?
यस यस.
है ना, उन क्लोथ्स को पहनने की तैयारी करो.
हाँ, वही तैयारी है. दैट
You know,
ओनली आई वांट.
forget about the weight part. आप अपने
हाँ,
लिए ये वाला गोल सेट करो.
मेरा वही है.
Within
फरवरी में एक
2
वेडिंग
months,
है,
I
तो
will
आई
be
हैव
able to wear all these clothes in my wardrobe.
I have that thing only in mind. The intention is that only for the wedding. I want to wear my 2 years back's clothes only.
Yeah. So वो वाला mindset अपने सामने रखो. Don't forget the weight part.
और एक ये भी था, ये भी है कि once you set a goal, write down why the goal is there.
Yes.
Because you should कभी कभी भूल जाते कि हम क्यों कर रहे हैं. तो that why is very important behind the goal.
Very true. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir,
so
for
much.
the wonderful session.
My pleasure, my pleasure. See, had you not been here, I wouldn't have added this value. You know, like recorded session में I cannot offer this value. It's possible only when you are in a live session. उसका मजा ही कुछ और होता है, उसका vibrations ही कुछ और होता है. Thank you so much, everyone. And administrator, once again for maintaining your silence. But I know probably you're listening to this entire conversation, and I'm expecting something from you as well in return. You can share it in the group if you wish to. Thank you so much, and let's have an amazing evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I
Bye.
wish you
Thank
don't have any questions, right? If you have any questions, you can still ask me right now.
No, you are just setting a mind into that going mode, which is really good.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.